Okay. The easier way to do that is just if you can place it like this. Does that work for you? And, and, and then just, well, lean back in your hands and then bend it. Then just stay right there. Yep. Because what you're doing is you're working that nerve in your hip, that sciatic nerve. Yep. 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 All right, we will get started when you guys are ready. Does this sound okay for everybody? Okay. Yes, they're okay. So if you have a block, go ahead and grab a seat on the block. We'll just lift up the hips higher than the knees. Find your comfort. Maybe the palms down on the knees. Or if you want more of a receiving hand gesture, you can place your thumbs together and your pinkies together and open it up kind of like a lotus flower. Keep the eyes gentle or closed. And start to notice your breath. Feel the rib cage expanding out as you inhale. And exhale. At the top of your inhale, pause for a little bit. At the bottom of the exhale, pause for a little bit as well. Starting to control our breath. And try to sync up the length of time that you inhale and you exhale. So we're starting to create a box breath, if you will. Every time you inhale, imagine yourself going up the side of the left side of the box. When you hold your breath, you're going across to the top of the box. As you exhale, you're coming down the other side of the box. Just give that a visualization. Go ahead and release any hand gestures. Just placing the hands on the knees, palms down. We'll roll over at the knees, come into tabletop, stacking our wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips, the toes untucked. And once you get that alignment, go ahead and pull your stomach up and in so you have a tight core. On your next inhale, lift up the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the chest, working into cow pose. And then start to pull your shoulder blades together. Just do little slight micro movements here. And on your exhale, start to round the back like a cat. Pressing more into the hands, straightening the elbows, pressing into the shins, dropping the head, letting the neck relax. Find those slight micro movement adjustments. Inhale, come back to cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, back to center. Take your gaze over your left shoulder for a side bend. And then switch sides, going to the right. Inhale back to center. Point your fingertips away from each other and start to rock from left to right, working into the wrist. When you're ready, come to center and point your fingertips towards each other. And doing the same movement from left to right. Close this door real quick. When you're ready, come back to center and just point your fingertips towards your knees, opening the eye of the elbow forward. And start to lean the hips back. You should feel this pretty quick. So point our fingertips towards our knees and we're opening up. Yep, there you go. Yes, sir. And then start to lean back your hips. There you go. And those exercises in the wrist will start to, if you ever get tennis elbow, those will help alleviate those. So bring your fingertips back forward. Place the right palm up and put a little bit of pressure into the wrist. And switch sides. And back to center. Tuck the back toes. Press the sit bones back towards the heels and come upright. Reach back and grab the pinky toes as well. If that's uncomfortable at first, grab a block and just place it between the sit bone and the calves. That might ease it a little bit. We'll just be here for a short moment. Spread the fingers out to the side, take them behind you, interlace the fingers. Once you have them interlaced, press both fists down towards the floor, open up the chest. On your wrist, take both hands to the left hip. Drop your head over to the left shoulder. Notice the sensations in the neck. Take the gaze down towards the chest. And then rotate back up towards the ceiling. Inhale back to center. Let's take our hands to the other side. And dropping our head up to the right shoulder. Chin down towards the chest. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Inhale back to center. Release the hands. Release the block. Find tabletop and just tap out the feet to move that energy in the ankles. Keep the toes untucked and bring the sit bones back towards the heels. And start to lean back, maybe a little more than you think you should. Maybe start to lean back so far that your knees come up off the ground. Stretching our ankles out in a different way. And on your inhale, we'll come back up to center and gently tap out the feet one more time. When you're ready, we'll make our way standing at the top of the mat. We'll have our feet at hip width distance apart. Of course, measuring that with the two fists between the feet for proper alignment. Good. We'll lift up all the toes, maybe try to set them down in sequence, pinky to big toe. Feeling that arch in the bottom of the foot, four corners of the feet. Put a slight bend in your knees. Tuck the tailbone, pull the stomach in, lift up the chest, roll out the shoulders. Then pull the chin back over the chest. For a little bit of playful balance, you bring your hands to heart center. Just gently close the eyes. Noticing your balance physically, mentally, and emotionally. On your inhale, blink open the eyes. Hands out to the side, up overhead. Face the palms together. Drop the shoulders. Deep inhale, lengthen, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, reaching for the toes. Inhale, lifting up the torso, creating an L shape with the body. Hands on the thighs, open up the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching for the ceiling. Interlace the fingers. Press the hips forward. Lean back. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. I tend to go a little bit fast in my classes, but if you find a pose that feels good for you, just stay in that pose. This is your class. I'm just recommending movements. Deep inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees, find chair pose. Pull the stomach in, tuck the tailbone. Good. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and grab a block, place it between the knees, and squeeze the block. Come back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, find chair. Squeeze the block. Engage the thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Remove the block. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, chair pose. Remember that engagement. Engage those quads the same way. Exhale, fold. Come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Take the right foot back. Good. Spin the back foot to a 90-degree angle, preparing for warrior two. On your inhale, bring the torso upright. Maybe straighten the front leg, and then fall back into your warrior two. Good. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reach down the back leg, reverse warrior. Inhale, bring the torso upright. Exhale, elbow to knee. Swing the top hand underneath, overhead. Create one long line from your back leg to your top arm. Breathe. Inhale, bring the torso upright. Warrior two, straighten the front leg. Take the hips back. Give a slight micro bend in the front knee. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the torso forward. Tick-tock the arms to 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. If it feels okay on the neck, gaze up towards the top thumb, and then open up your shoulders even more to make the arms vertical. Inhale, bringing the torso upright. Good. Exhale, warrior two. Deep inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot. Lift up the back heel. Good. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down. Roll onto the belly. Take the hands out in front of you. On your inhale, lift up both arms, both feet on the belly. Exhale, lower. Bring the hands back by the hips, palms down. Inhale, lift up both hands, both feet. Exhale, lower. It's time to keep the feet grounded. Lift up the arms only. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Bring the hands back beside the rib cage, palms down, preparing to press up. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, press up onto the knees. Exhale, press the hips up high, downward facing dog. Start to straighten one leg at a time, pedal it out. Bring your attention to your hands. Create a firm grip with the hands so you're not creating a bubble underneath the palm. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, walk your hands back to your feet, finding a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Exhale, drop the hands. Take a big step forward with the right foot. Good. Spin the back foot to a 90-degree angle, warrior two. Good. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, exalted warrior, reaching down the back leg. Inhale, bringing the torso upright. Exhale, extended side angle, bringing the torso forward, creating one long line, foot to hand. Inhale, warrior two, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose, coming forward. Tick-tock the arms. Gazing at the top thumb, opening up the shoulders. Breathe into it. Inhale, bring the torso upright. Exhale, warrior two. Deep inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot, lift the back heel. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank, elbows next to the rib cage. Roll over the toes. Inhale, press up, upward facing dog, open up the shoulders. Exhale, knees down, tuck the back toes. Inhale. Exhale, press the hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the right leg high and start to lift the left heel and lower. When you're ready, come to stillness, bringing the right foot down. Exhale. Inhale, lift up the left leg, and then create those heel lifts with your right foot. Exhale, set down the left foot. Bend the knees, look between the hands, and baby step all the way to the top of the mat. Make sure your feet are hip width distance apart. Next, we'll go into ragdoll, placing our hands in the crooks of the elbows, just letting the head drop. Maybe straighten one leg at a time. Let the neck relax. Release the hands down to the mat. Right hand in front of the left foot. It can be on fingertips if they don't quite touch, or a block. On your inhale, open up to the left side, bend in the right knee, trying to straighten the left leg. Exhale, release. Switching sides. Left hand in front of the right foot. Inhale, right side open. Breathe into it. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Take the knees to the mat. Knees wide. Take the sit bones back to the heels. Finding your child's pose. Take the hands wide to the edges of the mat. Good. Roll the forehead left and right across the mat. Even out the third eye. When you're ready, we'll walk our left hand over to the right and stack the hands, working into a side bend. Readjust the hips as you need. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides, walking our hands to the opposite side and stacking the hands. Good. On your next inhale, come center, making our way back to tabletop, pressing up, eventually making our way standing one more time. Take the feet wide. If they slip on this wooden floor, we can turn sideways on the mat. Once you have that set up, we'll have our toes out, heels in. Bring your hands to your lower back, or you can reach around and grab the elbows, opening up the chest. On your inhale, we're going to start to lean back, get to a comfortable level, and as you get there, then lift up your chest towards the ceiling. So we're creating that arch in the thoracic spine instead of really crunching down into the lumbar. On your inhale, come center, turn your toes in and heels out. Release the hands from the back, pull the stomach in. As you exhale, forward fold. We're going to place the hands beneath the shoulders. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, point your fingertips behind you and start to walk them between your feet to your comfort level. Let the head drop. Lift up the hips. When you're ready, start to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, start to bend your right knee, bringing the hips down towards the right heel. And as you do that, we're going to lift up the toes on the left foot. Good. You can stay right here, or you can start to play with balance by bringing the hands off the mat, bringing the palms together. On your inhale, place your hands back on the floor and start to walk them across, so lifting up the hips, then into the left knee, and starting to lift the toes up on the right foot. It's all about how it feels, not how it looks. So find your stretch. On your inhale, start to lift up the hips, walking our hands back underneath us. Pull the stomach up and in. You can take the hands over your head for a little bit of core work, or you can bring them to your hips. And on your inhale, we're bringing the torso upright, a nice slow rise. Good. Bring the feet in closer. Heels in, toes out. And start to squat down into Malasana pose, or squatted frog. We'll grab a block for support. Sinking into the ligaments. Palm together. And as we're doing this, we're lifting up the chest and lifting upper back. When you're ready, we'll bring our left hand down in front of the left foot. Take a deep inhale and open up the right side. Exhale back to center. Switching sides, right in front of right. Inhale, left side open. Exhale, release. Coming off the block, placing our hands down on the mat. Starting to lean forward into the hands. You can stay right here on these 4 points of contact. That's just fine. Or you can start to be playful by lifting one foot at a time, maybe both feet. But as you do that, just notice how your breath changes, how your body tenses up. Controlling your breath and your reaction is the yoga, the balance and everything. That's just gymnastics. On your exhale, release down. Finding a easy seat on the floor. We'll take the knees and the heels wide. You can either sit on a block if your bottom doesn't make it all the way to the ground. What we're doing here is working the quad stretch. We'll grab our strap. Oh, and bring the strap behind us. I have the right is holding the top of the strap and the left is holding back behind me. So right arm's up, holding the strap down my back. Good. And once you get that, start to create that grip by, so this arm will go up here, there we go. And let me get the strap. So hang on to this. There you go. So once you get that, start to create that tension in the strap. Breathe into it. When you're ready, we'll switch sides. Just taking our right hand, grabbing the strap with our left. Switching sides, good. Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. Yep. When you're ready, we'll release that. If your knees are talking to you, you can switch to a different seated position, but otherwise we'll stay here. We'll take our strap and make it where it's stretched out, just a single wrap around the wrist. We want it to a good enough length so I can lock out the wrist. I don't want my wrist doing anything wonky. So good length. Good. Deep. Can't lengthen up overhead. Bring it you and find your comfort, keeping those elbows locked out. Good. Inhale back to center. As you exhale, take it to the right. Keep your torso upright so you're not going all the way to the ground. Good. Inhale back up to center. Exhale to the other side. Keeping the wrists locked out. Good. Inhale back up to center. Now we're doing a twist, right hand forward, left hand back. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center. Release the strap. Remove the block. We'll find our way standing at the top of the mat. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and ground into your left foot. We're lifting up the right, creating 90-degree angles with our hip, our knee, and our ankle. Find your balance, and sometimes it helps to press that big toe into the mat. Also focus on something that's not moving. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, open up the hips. You can use your other hand as a counterbalance if that helps. Deep inhale. As you exhale, replacing the sole of the foot to the calf, not the knee, but the calf. Good. Bring the hands to heart center. You stay right here. You can be playful and start to close the eyes or just have them gentle. As long as you don't take it serious. So we're just practicing. Good. On your inhale, we're coming back to center. Bring the leg forward, trying to straighten it out. And then create those micro dips on the knee, the standing leg. Just a few of those. Shake it out. Good. Ground to the right foot. Bring the left leg up. Finding your balance. This side might be different. That's okay. So we're not symmetrical beings. On your inhale, we're opening up the side knee. Finding our balance. Sole the foot to the calf. Try to press the hips forward, lift up the chest. Grow taller. Bring the hands to heart center. Maybe testing the eyes on this side as well. Exhale, release. Shake it out. Working one more balanced posture, getting the intrinsic muscles of our ankles. So left leg is grounded. We're lifting up the right. And this time we're going to create a figure four. Good. As you do that, flex this foot so you're engaging that foot, toes towards the knee. Good. You can stay right here, or you can start to find a chair pose. Maybe hands to heart center. Good. Lifting up the chest, long spine. On your inhale, coming back upright. Shake it out, unwind. Ground to the right leg. Lifting up the left leg. Creating that figure four. Pressing our hips forward, lifting up the chest. Stay right here. Or you can start to test your balance by finding that chair, a one-legged chair. On your inhale, starting to straighten the front leg, coming upright, shaking it out. Come down to our sit bones. Find a seat on the mat. Two seconds. I had no time reference. So once you're seated on the floor, we'll have our feet out in front of us. Just have them extended. Get a slight micro bend in the knees. On your inhale, we'll take the hands up overhead, facing the palms together. Lengthen the spine. As you exhale, bringing the torso forward and grabbing onto either the shins, the toes. As you do that, lift up the chin. Try to pull the shoulders back. As I inhale, I lengthen my spine, lifting up the chest. As I exhale, try to relax a little bit more in the hips, maybe bend in the elbows. On your inhale, let go of the feet. Come all the way up. Bend the knees, soles of the feet on the floor. Lean back into the hands, fingertips pointed away. On your inhale, lift up the hips, finding reverse tabletop. Try to pull the shoulder blades closer together. Continue to breathe. Exhale, lower the hips down to the floor. Straighten out the legs. Inhale the hands up overhead. Exhale, passive fold. We're not grabbing anything. We're just letting gravity take effect. Let your head drop, round the back. Different intention. Breathe into it. On your inhale, start to roll up. Take your hands behind us, bend the knees, soles of the feet on the floor. Inhale, take the hips up high. Reverse tabletop. Breathe into it. Exhale, lower down. Bring the soles of the feet together and push them far away. Grab a block and place the block on the feet at how far you think you can touch your forehead to that block, at what level. So maybe it's the high level, maybe it's 2 blocks, that's okay. But I want you to rest your head on the block so you rest your neck. You're letting the background This is one of those poses where you can gauge by you start coming more often, maybe release to a lower level on the blocks eventually. On your inhale, start to roll up, moving the block out of the way. On our knees, pulling them together, and then windshield wiper the knees left and right to release the hips. When you're ready, we'll have the soles of the feet on the floor again. We'll grab onto the front of the knees and start to lean back. Once you get back to your level of comfort, lift up the chest, and then lean back a little bit more. Maybe your feet come off the ground. Stay right here, or you can bring your palms together. You can stay right here, or you can start to join me going from left to right, working into the core. If you fall out, it's okay. Playing. Next time you're back to center, release the feet on the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together. This time, bring them in close, cobbler's pose. Then grab the soles of the feet and open them up like a book. This will help drop the knees and open up the hips. Maybe press the elbows into the thighs. Start to lean forward just a little bit, but keep the chin lifted, long spine. Breathe into it. On your next inhale, start to roll up the spine. Grab the knees, help them up. Windshield wiper left to right. Grab a block and sit on the block. But instead of sitting square on the block, sit on the edge. We'll take the feet out wide. And we want to be on the edge of the block because it'll help roll our hips forward, helping us lean forward. Once you get upright, we'll take our stretch towards the right foot. And then just kind of weave it around over to the left foot, helping relax the back. To the right, good. Back to the other side. And now just a passive fold if you have your block out front. Maybe place in the elbows. Maybe just resting on the palms. Finding what feels good to you. Good. Wherever you're at, breathe into it. On your exhale, start to roll up the spine, bringing the knees back in close. We'll lift off the block. Making our left leg is going to be perpendicular to the mat. And we're going to stretch the right ankle on top of the left, right ankle on top of the left knee. And for most of us, this knee is going to be hiked up. That's okay. If it doesn't quite reach that, this works just fine, having the feet in front of us. We just want to get these hips to open up. But if you're here and this knee is elevated, support it with the block, and that will support the hips. So wherever you're at, take a big inhale and lengthen the spine. As you exhale, just kind of lean forward, maybe into the block. Good. On your next inhale, we'll roll up the spine. All we're gonna do is just switch sides, placing the other leg on top or in front. Finding the support on this side as well. Once you find that support, good. Once you find that support, take an inhale, lengthen the spine, lift up the chest. As you exhale, we're gonna come forward and just lean into the blocks. Good. On your next inhale, starting to bring up the torso upright. Interlace your fingers and flip the palms towards the front of the room. Press the palms out as far as you can, lean the back, drop the head. Inhale, come back upright, release that, rolling over the feet and making our way onto our belly. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Before you do anything, just let the shoulders dump and then re-engage them. Maybe pull the belly button up off the mat. Grip the mat with your palms and pull the hands back towards your hips, activating the back. Good. You can stay right here, or you can turn your left forearm inward at a 45-degree angle for balance. We'll bend the right foot and reach back with the right hand and grab the right foot. On your inhale, release that leg, bringing the right arm forward, switching sides, 45-degree angle with the right arm, bend the left leg, reach back for the left foot. Then re-engage the shoulder that you're supporting with. Breathe into it. Exhale, release the foot. We're gonna grab both of our blocks and set them up on the mat for fish pose. The first block is gonna be for your back, and it's gonna be at the mid-level. So it's gonna be this level. The second block is gonna be your head support. And so you'll roll down onto the block. I'll come around to make sure everybody's in good alignment with these. And we'll only be here for just, is that okay? Yep. Okay. Adjust this head support, okay. Nice and easy, good. My hip is supposed to be. Let them lower down. The feet can be extended, or you can bring the soles of the feet together, whatever's more comfortable for you. Breathe into it. We're only here for about 30 seconds. We'll shut off the lights to ease the eyes. The easiest way to come out of this posture is just to roll off onto one side, coming into an easy seated or fetal position, then making your way seated. Making our way to tabletop, and we will bring our left knee to the center of the mat. The right knee is going to go behind it, and we're bringing the feet out wide. Good. Once you have that, we'll start to bring our sit bones back towards the mat. If this is an uncomfortable posture, if you're seated upright, we'll stay right here. But if this is uncomfortable, instead, the alternative is to roll onto our backs and just cross the legs. If you're seated upright, we'll bring the hands up overhead, bringing the right arm under the left, creating our eagle arms. Right under the left, good. Take a deep inhale, lift up the elbows. As you exhale, bring the elbows forward and hook the elbows onto the knee. Feel that in the lower back. It's one of my favorite postures. On your inhale, bring the elbows upright, releasing the arms. You can roll over the knees to tabletop and switch the legs. If you're on your back, you can just switch the legs on your back. Bringing the feet out wide. Bring the sit bones down towards the floor. The same thing on this side with inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhale, left under right, eagle arms. Good. Inhale, lift up the elbows, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring it forward, hook the elbows on the knee or touch the knee. Feel that in the lower back, breathe into it. On your inhale, start to lift up, releasing the elbows, releasing the feet, doing a quick windshield wiper of the feet. And for our final magic show, we're going to bring our mats next to the wall for a little bit of wall yin, legs up the wall. So grab your mat and just pull it up against a clear surface of the wall. We'll watch out for the sit-up bars. I'll just pretend like this is my wall. You don't need any blocks or anything else. All you need is a mat. Probably over here by the mirror, or you guys can have right next to here if you want. I would stay out of this emergency lighting. Perfect. So once you get your mat set up, I want you to sit next to the wall with your right hip against the wall. So you're sideways. Once you're there, in one motion, we're going to roll over onto our backs and try to keep our hips as close to the wall as we can. You can stay right here, or you come back to the wide leg version, or maybe the leg version straight up the wall. The next option is to bring the soles of the feet back to the wall, but have the knees down towards the chest, kind of in a squat pose, if you will. If you're doing the squat pose, you'll have the knees out wide to the sides of your chest as well, just like squatted frog. Another option is to bring the knees towards the chest and grab either the thighs or the feet for happy baby, so your legs will be off the wall. If you're doing happy baby, you can rock from left to right to kind of massage the lower back. Nice slow micro movements. You can also extend one leg at a time for ninja baby. While we're here, we'll do something a little bit different, something you don't usually do in yoga classes. With your eyes closed, take your gaze down towards your chin, keeping the eyelids closed. Bring the gaze towards the forehead, back towards the chin, back to the forehead. Let the eyes come back to center and just let them relax. Keeping the eyelids closed. Take your gaze to the left ear, to the right ear, back to the left ear, to the right ear one more time. Let the eyes come to center and relax. For a little bit of a facial stretch, we'll stick our tongue all the way out and reach it towards the nose. Let it relax. Scrunch up the face, scrunch up the mouth, scrunch up the eyes. Let them relax. You can keep the legs up the wall, or you can kind of shift and make your way into our final pose of Shavasana. Either pose is perfect for closing out the class. But wherever you end up, let your tongue release from the top of your mouth. Let your jaw relax. For final meditation, start to count down your breath, starting with the number 27. I inhale 27. I exhale 27. Take it all the way to 0. Wherever you're at, start to come back to the room. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. I invite you to roll over onto your right side with the left nostril up into a fetal position, resting the head on the arm, on the lower arm. And then taking your top hand and closing off the bottom nostril, just breathing in and out of the left nostril. This is working your Ida energy for calmness. This is also a great posture for giving yourself grace and gratitude for the practice, thanking yourself for showing up. When you're ready, release that hand from the nostril, keeping the eyes gentle or closed. We'll just roll up into easy seated posture, legs crossed. Bringing the hands to heart center and dropping the chin down towards the chest, finding your intention for the practice one more time. Loka, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. May all beings find peace, love, and joy in this life, and may we contribute to that. Namaste. Have a wonderful night. Drink lots of water. Take care of yourself. you have any questions about any of the postures that we're not, let me know. I'll work with you on those. Yes, sir.